it's Kathy Kress again, and I am back here with Geriatric Care 1, my Geriatric Care Management YouTube channel, and we are doing the dysfunctional family. And this is the second episode. Now, this is Long Day's Journey into Night. I don't know whether any of you have ever seen that play, but it's a very dark look at an alcoholic family. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up. You know, it could be any holiday in the year, but Thanksgiving is really what draws out the dysfunctional family. So if you come from a dysfunctional family and you go there and the relatives have been drinking too much and they're arguing and everybody has to take Valium to even face going, or they have too many martinis, or they don't go at all, you know you're in a dysfunctional aging family. So what happens, or a dysfunctional family itself? So what happens when in a dysfunctional family, and just look at the last episode, you know, what are the characteristics, but they're in trouble. What happens when that dysfunctional family faces aging? Well, when your mom or your dad become disabled, which means aging, they have dementia or they have a broken hip and so they're going to go into a nursing home, the whole family goes crazy, and the nearly normal family goes crazy, but the dysfunctional family really goes crazy. Because, just think of it as a beehive. The queen bee is either smushed or injured. She can't fly. You've got to have the queen bee. And so the whole family has to change, because you got to get a new queen bee. That means one of you has to be in charge of everything. I don't want to cook the pumpkin pie, I don't want to cook the turkey, and I don't want to take care of this person who didn't take care of me. So, but somebody has to care for mom if she's broken her hip. And so the family system in the dysfunctional family, or any family, has to reorganize. Someone has to be head of the family again, and someone needs to care for the disabled queen bee who's now, her wings, something's the matter with her wings. And so the family goes crazy, because usually, remember I used Ambivalence in the last episode. If you love your mother on one hand, you hate your mother on the other hand, or you love her on the other hand, you hate her. How do you feel about caring for her if she was somebody who really didn't care for you adequately? You feel ambivalent, and you're not sure you really want to do it. And this happens to a lot of families, especially dysfunctional families, because a lack of nurturing is very true of dysfunctional families. All family systems, now are into systems theory, but all systems, whether it's a family, whether it's the United States, whether it is Intel probably wants to change a little bit more than everybody else, but systems hate to change. That's system theory. And they hate to reorganize, because we like to do things the same. And so when the family has to reorganize, because the queen bee has injured her wings, change has to occur, and the whole system has to reorganize, and they hate that. Systems hate that. But the nearly normal family, if you watch the series I did before this, they can reorganize with some help, like a geriatric care manager. They can all figure it out, get a new queen bee, take care of the injured queen. They can do it. A dysfunctional family absolutely cannot do that. They hate to change, and in fact, sometimes they can't ever change. Because if you look back at the last episode, they have this history of some sort of illness, some sort of alcoholism, some sort of drug abuse, there's a disabled part of this family, and they really can't. They have a terrible time changing. So what are you faced with as a geriatric care manager? This is a really disabled family, and your client is the older person, the queen bee, with her injured wings, and you have to organize care for the queen bee. And you have this other end of the family, all the adult children who weren't cared for really, and they're going, oh my God, I don't want to do this. And beyond that, they don't want to have to be the queen bee. So It's very confusing. What is a family system? Now, we're all in one. You know, you out there watching this, everybody's in a family system. Whether you cut your parents off or not, they're still there. So a family is really a living system. And you have, you know, your mom, dad, kids, cousins, relatives. You know, look at Modern Family on television. The family isn't what we know. It's not Ozzie and Harriet anymore, although a lot of people won't remember who they were. But it's the 1950s, 60 years ago, the television version. But Modern Family is, you know, if you watch it, that's what it is now. And really it's like a beehive. That, you know, there's somebody that's sort of like the super head of the beehive, the queen, and everyone else is sort of moving around it. And so a system, a family system, is interdependent. And you can look at Modern Family on television and see how interdependent they are. And so that's what a family system is. And the family system explodes when an elder needs care. And that's what geriatric care management is about, is organizing that care. So I'll see you next time. Go to my website, kathycrest.com, and I will see you at the next episode.